This is Kata, so it's going to be live coding, and this will be really good for beginners. It's going to cover pretty much the practical side of what Jason covered. I'm going to be using RSpec, and I'm going to be TDDing and little algorithm. Is that a word? Can I use that as a verb? I will be BDD. Anyway.
Well, what's the difference between TDD and
Ask Jason.
You don't want that conversation.
Okay.
That conversation takes at least a half hour.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna solve a problem that I had in working in real life. So I was working on a side project. It's a stock market scanner, and I needed to know what days the stock market was closed. So here are a list of all the days that the stock market is closed, and so you can see New Year's Day, Martin Luther King, President's Day, etc. I'm going to go ahead and solve for just one of these, kind of the most complicated of them. So what I'm going to do, what I have here is I have a Rails app. So on the left side you can see the file structure. So this is a very, very simple Rails app. It only consists of 2 files. I have in this folder I call comment. I have a file called holidays.rb. I don't actually like to put anything in lib, my lib directory, because lib is not mirrored in my spec directory. So anything that I would put in lib, I generally put in common, in a directory I call common. So we can discuss that later over PTs, but that's an implementation detail I like to do. So I have a file called holidays and common. And in my spec directory, I have a file called holidays spec, which I would spec out holidays. And what's nice is just if you put it in common, like here in spec, you can see it's a common directory. Whereas if you have to put it in lib, and you have to spec lib directory, it's like which lib, whose lib is that, what should I be specking out, etc. Okay, so here is an example of some holidays. All the holidays that occurred in 2013. So what I would like to do is I would like to perhaps we have a method called like Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and what we would expect to see is something like holidays Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yeah. It's time to go.
Let's go. Let the magic work.
Okay, so Luther King Jr. Day. So what we're going to do is we're going to give it a date. And I'm going to show you a little bit about Ruby here. So in Ruby, if you have something called a date object. If you do date new, you can pass it. You have to pass the date in reverse order. So it's year, month, and day. And then it will give you a date. So, what? Everybody get that? Anyway, so we're gonna we want to know a particular day, like 2013, January 21st. We expect this to be true. So this is like the RSpec that we want to see eventually. Like, hey, is this day Martin Luther King? So let's go ahead and in our class here. Date, and we say okay, this is the 3rd Monday of January. So if that date happens to equal the 3rd Monday of January, then yeah, we're golden. Okay, as you can see though, we have a lot of these holidays that are actually like 3rd Monday of January, the last Monday of January, 1st Monday of September. So it would be nice if we had one function to rule them all. Something like, there should be a class method. So something like, I want the nth weekday of a month. So for instance, like the 1st Monday of January, or etc. So if we had this function, we could actually put that in there and be like, is that right? Is the date, is this equal to the back, and instead of TDDing Martin Luther King Jr. Day question mark, I'm going to TDD nth weekday of the month. So let's just hold up on that, and we will hold up on that, and we will TDD. Nth weekday of the month question. And so we expect holidays and weekday of the month for something to be something else. So question is like, okay, how do we go about finding a function that is the nth weekday of the month? And like, I think when I first thought about it, I was like, well, I'll just find a gem to do it. Or how about Google? That seems to work. It doesn't even have to be in Ruby. I'll just translate it. But since I was doing this presentation, I decided, well, why not? Let's TDD this. Let's actually see if we can come up with an algorithm. I don't really like algorithms, but it kind of works pretty well. So the thing with TDD is you want to take your code in the smallest chunk possible. So you want to solve the exact simplest case that you possibly can. So let's think of a simple case that we can solve this function. So the simplest case is, let's pretend like we have a month. It's like just super easy to solve for. The easiest month you can possibly think of. So the easiest month I can think of is where the month starts on a Sunday. The first day of the month is on a Sunday. So let's make that. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So the month would look something like this. First day, month, second day, third day, fourth day, sixth day, seventh day, eighth. So this is what we would expect the month to look like. Okay? And let's actually, okay, can we find a calendar month that looks like this? I'm gonna, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'll go down to my calendar. I'm just looking for a month that starts on a Sunday. So here we have a month that starts on a Sunday. It's July 2012. So, so let's say this is July. So we expect, and it does have 31 days, thank you. Yes, good call. Okay, so we expect the first Sunday of July. So the way I'm going to say is the first Monday, which is 0. First Sunday, which is also 0. I'll show you that in a minute. Of July, July is the 7th month. And then of the year 2012 to equal basically this is the first day of July, so 2012, July 1. So that's our spec statement. And that looks a little cryptic, we're going to fix that in a minute. But that's okay for now. So Sunday actually has an index of 0, and I'll show you that in Ruby. So if we have a date, so date today, if you can ask any date what day of the week you are, weekday, and it'll come back with 3 because today is Wednesday. If you wanted to know, so let's say what's 3 days ago, that's a Sunday. And if you ask what the weekday is, it is 0. So it's 0 next. So your Sunday starts at 0, Monday's 1, Tuesday's 2, etc. Okay. So we expect this to happen. So how are we going to do that? Well, let's just solve for this extremely simple case. And we have here, well, actually, let's run our spec, actually. So here I'm running Zeus, which Zeus just speeds up your tests. And then in my command line, I can just type Zeus, our spec, and then I'll give it the path of the file. And we'll run that, and it says, hey, wrong number of arguments. We have passed in 4 arguments, and we didn't expect that. So we'll fix that. Okay, so this needs 4 arguments. So in weekday, not weekday, month, and then year. So let's just return, since we're expecting the first day of the month, let's just return the first day of the month. So expect the first, so this is the first Monday of July 2012 to equal the second, July 2nd. So use that. And now we'll run the test. And you can see we expected to get July 2nd, but in fact we got July 1st because we're always returning July 1st. So when for the first test, the weekday was 0. For the first test, the weekday was 0. For the second test, the weekday was 1. So to make this test pass, we can just do something really ridiculous and just add the weekday. And we run the test, and we pass. So we have the beginnings of an algorithm here, which is kind of cool. But first I'd like to refactor because this is really ugly to read. So we have here nth weekday of month 0. I actually would like that. That'd be cool if I could pass in like first. And nth day of month, nth weekday, it'd be cool if I said first Sunday. That's way more readable. So first Monday. So let's go ahead and just implement that. That should be, we can do that with some constants here, some class constants. So weeks, first, second, third, fifth, and then weekdays. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday. And then you can just say, well, if n is a symbol, then go ahead and just give me the index of it. And similarly with weekdays. Weekday. So the weekday is a kind of symbol. Then weekday is equal to just the index. That's right. So let's see if our tests pass. And they don't. It says uninitialized constant holidays weekday. That's because I misspelled it. And now we pass. So now our function is just much cleaner. Okay, so let's go on. Here we want to, let's say we expect the first Thursday to equal the 5th here, July 5th. And look at that, it passes. So that's cool. Let's try something in the second week. So we expect the second Sunday. The second Sunday should equal the 8th of July. So let's see what happens there. And we get a failure. We expected to get the 8th of July. In fact, we got the 1st of July. So here I would just look at, okay, what's the difference between this one, this is the first Sunday, and this is the second Sunday. So the only difference here is first and second. So in this case, int is 0. In this case, int is 1. So let's just go ahead and account for that. We can say, I want to actually, well, we'll just solve for this first. So we'll give it an offset. So basically, we want to account for the fact that if we're in the first week, these are the days we want to use, 1 through 7. If we're in the second week, these are the days we want to use. And the difference between these two rows is 7, because there's 7 days in a week. And similarly, if we want to use this week, we're going to increment by 7. So there's an offset here. And the offset is just the int times 7. So if int is 0, then our offset would be 0. If int is 1, our offset would be 7. So, and then let's just make a little variable here. Day, and then day is all set. And we'll run our tests. And look at that, we pass. So that's pretty cool. We've actually solved for all of these, all of the cases of this type of month. So the third Wednesday is the 18th. So we expect the third Wednesday to be the 18th. And test can pass. And we'll just do one more just to show that it works. The fifth Sunday is equal to 20 minutes. So we'll expect that to be true. Okay, let me pass. So let's take a different one. So the second easiest one. Actually, I would like to refactor this test a little further using a context. So I'd probably do something like, well, first I would say, okay, we have some duplicate variables here. 7, 2012. These are produced here. They're produced all over the place. So we can pull those out into a live clause. So 7 and year is 2012. And do this. Okay, and then the other thing I want to do is I don't have a description here for my do. Actually, I generally don't. I like to use context instead. So I would say something like context, first day of the month starts on Sunday, and then I would wrap everything in this context. Yeah.
Would that context also be like July 2012?
Yeah. Well, you'll see the next context will be first day of month starts on Monday. So that's a little bit more descriptive, I think, than here. But for me, I like having the context description and then having all my left variables at the top. And then if the if doesn't, it's just doing the context, then I don't really see a need for the description. But again, we can fight over that later or years. So let's do another context. So first day of the month starts on Monday, this one. And so again, let's just make a magical month. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Nothing on Sunday, and the month starts on Monday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 20. And actually, my source code for my project actually does look like this. Like this is exactly what my test looks like. Okay, and let's find a real month that matches this magical month, where the first day of the month starts on a Monday. And in fact, that's this month. So we can use July 2013. Indeed. July 2013. Yes, sir.
In your first test, wouldn't you expect that Thursday will take the second?
The fifth, there's no fifth Thursday.
No, but your test, but you wrote the test.
Oh, well, that's outside of the scope of this Kata. Thank you.
How do you prove that? But would you test for that?
Yes. Yes, I would. If I weren't running out of time.
Yeah, sorry.
If the sands of time were not against me, I would do so much more.
Turn on the projector.
Okay. So here we're going to run. But yeah, good point. I mean, if it's outside, if you query the 17th week, then you would want
Your algorithm
you would want to throw an exception. Actually, it wouldn't. It would throw an exception. Actually, it would.
Yeah, it would, yeah.
It would throw an exception. It would
It still works, it still works for 50, up until, yeah.
No, well, you'll see actually. It'll throw an exception later. Spoiler alert. Okay. Okay, so the first Monday here of this month, we expect to equal the first of July. Okay, so let's run that test. And it gives us bad. It tells us, okay, we expected to get the first, but in fact we got the second. So in this case, what I'd like to do is, like, we have this whole test suite here above. It's like passing, it's golden. I'd like to preserve that before moving on. So the difference between these tests and these tests, the only difference is that the first day of the month starts on a different day. So what I would do here is just say, okay, well, if the first weekday in the month is a Sunday, then let's do all this stuff. And if it's Monday, then let's do something else. Of course, this code's not going to work because weekday. First weekday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So the first weekday in the month is, you just take a date, and you take the year, the month, and the first day of the month, and then you get the weekday, every day. So if this is 0, that's a Sunday. If it's a 1, it's a Monday. And again, the only thing that we're going to do is we're just going to give it, like, the simplest way to solve this is just give it the first day of the month, because that's what we're expecting. So, when we run our tests, okay. So anyway, so we have this. We're just going to kind of like blaze through the rest of these. So the first Tuesday should equal the second, July 2nd, first Tuesday. So that should fail, and it does. We expected Tuesday, but we are only returning the first day of the month. So what we want to do there is basically, if we look at this, if it's on a Monday, if the first day of the month is on a Monday, then we want to return the first day of the month. If the first day of the, and if we query Tuesday, then we want to add 1. If we query Wednesday, we want to add 1. We don't want to add 2. We want to add it from the first weekday of the month. So you would say something like, you know, if we have an offset here, we have a weekday, and we want to subtract it from the first weekday of the month. And then we just have that offset. That's how we get a success. Okay, so this should work for all of these rows. But now we have, let's try the first Sunday and see what happens. First Sunday, and it should give us the 7th. So when we run that, that'll fail. And it fails like hardcore. It's like, whoa, I raised an exception, what is going on? And when you look at that, you're like, well, what the heck happened in my code? So one thing that's really cool about testing and that I use all the time is called try. And basically what you can do is you can open a console terminal exactly where an exception is raised. You can just open the console right there. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Basically, you would say rescue, and then you would type in binding.try. And basically, what this says is if there's an exception thrown anywhere in this code, it's going to execute this. So we'll run our test again. And there it is, rescue binding.pry. And so we can see some of the code. We know we got an exception before, so let's try to execute this last line here again. And when we try to execute that line, look, it gives us an argument error. So we're on the right track. Why did it give us an argument error? Well, we can look at some of the variables. This is what's really nice and bright. We can look at the year, we can look at the month, we can look at the offset. The offset is -1, so we're actually trying to get the date of the 0th day of that month. So that's why it's throwing the exception. So we can't let this variable be 0. So so basically this offset is, let's move this 1, this has to be a little +1. And if the offset, is 0, we want to, as you can see from the tests, we want to, well, anyway, if the offset is 0, we want to add 7 because that's the number of days in the week. So instead of giving us 0, we want it to be 7. So we'll just say offset is equal to 7. So offset is equal to 0. And go ahead and run that. And we pass. So that's really great. Basically, I'll save the suspense, but this entire month will now pass. So we'll just do one sanity check here. The 4th Wednesday. 4th Wednesday should equal. What's that? Oh yeah, thanks, 24th. And run those tests. And we expected the 24th, we got Wednesday 3rd. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sanity check is nice. We didn't do, we didn't do, okay, this code is really nasty. Let's just look at it for a little bit. Basically what's happening here is that when we find the nth weekday of a row, we want to find the horizontal offset. We want to find how many days over we should go, and we want to find the vertical offset, which is how many days down we should go. So we just refactored it. It's 10 to spend 2 seconds. Horizontal offset is this, and vertical offset is equal to this nth plus 7. That's we're going down to number of days, and then vertical plus 0 plus vertical thing, and then these tests should still pass because I just. And similarly for this horizontal offset is a little bit different in this case. Instead of just 1 plus weekday, it's actually weekday minus first weekday month plus 1, and the vertical offset here is yeah. Sorry, I'm running out of time, so it's fine. But basically. It's kind of a very similar algorithm. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Wait, what did I do?
You did it wrong. The second one.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
The 0 check is for horizontal offset, not vertical.
now is basically just show that we have these different cases here. We have when the first weekday is on Sunday, and the second weekday is on the first weekday is on Monday. But in fact, what's really nice is when you break this out, you can actually just you can take one case, and because we've written these tests, we find that this one specific case will actually solve for all the tests. So we get rid of all that.
No, you never too much.
Did I?
Yep, you still need the.
Oh yeah. Thank you, sir. Bloody this code. Okay, so we can see our test will pass, so we can